e-waste is not just a problem in Kenya, it's across any part of this world. As you might be aware, the world produces about 53.6 million metric tons of electronic waste. And this was, in fact, before COVID. So you can imagine, after COVID, when people have a huge or bigger appetite for devices, it's of course going up. So it's not just a problem that we experience in Kenya or in Africa. This is a global problem. And e-waste is the fastest growing stream of waste. So when we started the first e-waste conference during COVID, we had people who really wanted us to keep going to the conferences. I remember the first time we had the conversation that we need to start an e-waste conference. There are people who are saying, you know, our work is just to take care of e-waste. But again, we feel we have a bigger responsibility to create awareness. It starts with one person. And the second conference that we did, which was also virtual, was as a result of the success of the first one. So the second one was also a virtual one. Again, learning in the process, making it virtual, at the same time giving people an experience to have a virtual conference, but also have a physical experience. Now, we said, let's try the third one and make it both physical and virtual. I hope we have an audience online. Do we? And they can hear us, yeah? Good. So this time round, we decided, okay, let's mix it and make it both virtual, because we have participants from all over the world again, and also make it physical in Nairobi. Now, the fourth one, we do not know what we'll do. So we're also looking forward to the fourth conference. But in a nutshell, we are so happy to have everybody on board. Looking back, many years ago, when we were talking about e-waste, we were very few people, especially in Kenya. We would go to some of the companies and mention that we safely dispose e-waste, but it was not really priority to a lot of people in Kenya, which we understand. But moving forward, we have new comers into this space. We have startups, we have entrepreneurs, we have innovators, some of them are in the room, others have joined virtually. We've had the government also joining the efforts to make sure that e-waste is properly managed through NEMA and through the Ministry of Environment and Forestry. We've had partners who have worked with us like Safaricom for a long time. We have Closer Gap, who have even now, this is more than 10 years of this relationship, which is also a very good relationship. We have Net Fund, who have also joined, and so many corporates. We have Carrefour, Total Energies, and this is what gives us motivation to keep going. You know, when you have people believing that you're doing the right thing. If we were only doing this by ourselves, I don't think would get here. The people who have seen WEEE Centre and the ones who have worked with us, I'm sure they have seen there's been growth. We keep trying to be innovative and also to support the sector. We want the sector to grow. And for the sector to grow, we have to embrace innovation. We have to embrace partnerships. We have also to have a proper legal structure. And as an organization, we've tried to walk around all those pillars. We've taken part in legislation by assisting government to come up with e-waste related policies, advocating for laws that enable proper disposal of electronic waste, which I think now we have pieces of legislation that can support that. We started the Circular Innovation Hub, which now incubates startups and early stage entrepreneurs. And they're also here. I think we've incubated more than 66, which have innovative solutions, because we realized we cannot solve this problem alone. And as we invite you for this conference and as we have the interactions today, we're also looking forward to ideas on how we can move forward and ensure that e-waste is not killing us. The reason why we manage e-waste is for 3 reasons. One, for circularity. You want to have these materials to be in the economy for a long time. Studies have shown that by 2050, the earth will not be able to sustain the raw materials that are currently available. Yeah? The only way the earth will be able to sustain itself will be by circular economy, by ensuring that we are reusing, we are repurposing, we are remanufacturing, and we're not going for virgin materials. So that's the first reason. We want to make sure that we are not depleting the raw materials from the earth. Then the second reason is environment. We have to ensure that we safely take care of the environment. If we destroy this environment for this generation, we also destroy it for the future generation. So we have to make sure our environment is clean and we don't have e-waste in any of our rivers or water bodies or in the soil. Then the third reason is health. Yeah? These materials have heavy metals. If you look at the periodic table, that I think the table on this side might be having more knowledge, apart from Bwana. Bwana came all the way from Uganda, by the way. He came all the way from Uganda for this conference. And just like Amadi, I've met Bwana for the first time. Then he's like, Boni, I thought you were an old mzee. I don't know, I'm just hiding my age. So Bwana has come all the way from Uganda to attend and to try and get us to sit down and see how we can also work together in Uganda and also to support other African countries. So I was on health and saying that on the periodic table, more than 500 plus metals in that periodic table are having metals that are found in e-waste. Now, what happens if you throw any of your electronics to the rivers or to the soils? It means those heavy metals will be absorbed and consumed by animals and human beings and even plants. So it means as you consume vegetables and even fruits, sometimes you might be consuming vegetables that have consumed those heavy metals. If you're eating meat, same thing. You might be eating meat from an animal that has already consumed those heavy metals. Again, it has a huge laundry of health effects, from kidney failures to brain damage and many others. So the WEEE Centre exists to make sure that we are keeping circularity of materials, we are conserving and protecting the environment, and we are also protecting the health of our people and our planet. So I thought it was good to give you that background. So for us, we are based in Nairobi, but we have also opened up offices in other parts of Africa. We have direct operations in Uganda, Tanzania, and other parts. And we operate in more than 19 countries in the continent through partners, some of which have also joined this conference online. So we're able to provide end-to-end circular ways of disposing e-waste. And we thought the conference is a good way for us to learn. I keep saying we are people who just provide a safe resting place for electronic waste. We don't know much, but we can only learn, relearn, and keep learning. So as we proceed with this conference, I invite you to give your ideas, your suggestions. We are looking for more partnerships from companies, from corporates, from individuals. We have people who always bring us e-waste. In Kenya, we've set up collection bins in various places. Like if you go to the Carrefour supermarkets, you find bins there. Some of the Total gas stations have bins. We have bins in some of I&M Bank. We have others in other companies. So we try and get those partnerships just to enable people to have ease of disposing e-waste. Then we keep communicating this message and make sure that e-waste is properly taken care of. So mine was just to welcome you and look forward to more interactions. We are happy to take any questions and take any ideas. For those who have not visited WEEE Centre, we are happy to invite you to our facility off the Eastern Bypass. We have also the Circular Innovation Hub in Lavington. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Looking forward to a productive day. Thank you.